Okay, hello everyone. Vicky Verley here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. We're going to take a look at the full moon forecast for August 6th, 2013. And these new and full moon, forecasts, they really last they're like a 30-day forecast. They last from each new moon to the next new moon, full moon to full moon, etc. But anyways, here it is. Here's it's this stuff is just so wild. This thing is just getting more and more crazy. Lot going on, that's the thing. I'm going to start, let's start with the point. The new moon point, 14 degrees of Leo, at 36 minutes. This is it, 14 Leo. And the thing that strikes me about this point is that it's this, the squares, in the fixed squares here. We've got this rectangles, or I guess it's a cross, but in the aspects thing in the middle, it looks like rectangles. And it looks like, this is here, is this the kite, or it's an arrow to me? There's just so much going on. But this is all kind of settling. This is all kind of settling in. And this is like the new. And this is like, it's a crowd. It's crowded. There's a lot going on. It's crowded with aspects, right? And this new moon here, this sun moon with this square, it reminds me of, this is an elbow. Like trying to get through the crowd, like, excuse me, coming through. It's like that. So I feel like that's what this is. And so this is going to cut through everything, I feel. Another thing about squares and trines. Now trines are harmony. Trines are harmony. And I mean, this is bigger than just your average trine, but on days when there's a lot of aspects that are trines, you might just have a nice day. Nothing much. You're not prompted to really do anything. Squares and oppositions make things happen. Okay, so you do need these squares and oppositions, and that's what this feels like. And that's Leo too. Leo's not going to fade into the background. Excuse me, here I am. Hello, look at me. I'm here. Leo's here. So, well, let's look at what else is involved with these squares here. Now, this is Juno. I'm not a big, I'm not an expert on the nodes, but Juno is the goddess of love and beauty. And I feel it's very Venusian. I feel it's very akin to Venus. So, but that's in the opposition to Leo. But it's love, and then the nodes tie in. So, it's like, nodes are karmic. This is karmic love stuff. This is what it looks like to me. This could also be like the honeymoon's over. We've had on this grand water trine going on with Neptune, and it's all dreamy and lovey, and we're just in happy land. And now it's like, you didn't close the toothpaste or whatever. These little things start showing up here, and because this is getting uncomfortable to me. This is not. I'm being elbowed, and I'm elbowing my way through the crowd here, and it's so these are issues that are going to come to light. They're elbowing through the crowd of the dreamy cloud here of the grand trine, the water grand trine, and saying, okay, Leo, I want more attention. You're not paying enough attention to me. The nodes in Scorpio and Taurus, jealous, possessive. Who are you looking at her? Or are you looking at him? Are you checking him out? Jealousy. I don't like when you do that. Taurus, arguments over money. Hey, I'm always paying all the bills. When are you going to kick in for some bills? The opposite of Juno and beauty. So maybe we're going to start finding, looking for warts, looking for warts in people and our partners. So that's that. That's what's the real thing to me. That's the first thing, and it's coming through in like a rude way. Like, come here, I'm coming through. Look out, and elbowing. These sharp points are elbows. Elbowing through the crowd. Okay, then the nodes again are involved in the grand trine. But what I want to address next is the Jupiter post Pluto. Now we've had all this opposition to Pluto with Mars and all this Uranus square, and it's all this harsh energy, and it's agitating Pluto. Pluto's been agitated, leading up to this. And so you don't really want to agitate Pluto. I don't think that that's a good idea, because that's like Scorpio. You get stung. You can get stung bad, and it's painful and hurtful and not fun. But here's what I think about this feel about this Jupiter Lilith stuff. We'll get to Lilith. I have some more ideas about Lilith too, but Jupiter opposed that. I think that's going to be nice because Pluto, the change is coming. Pluto is always change. It's what it is. Jupiter is enlightenment and in a good way, and it's ease. It's ease. Jupiter is ease. Jupiter is abundance and a nicer, calmer energy. It's studious. It's, you're studying. So, these changes could be made willingly. And it always can. That's the thing about Pluto, it always can be made willingly. The longer you fight it, anytime you get something happening with Pluto, it's best to just surrender. Don't try to fight it, because then you're just going to cause more hardship on yourself. But, so Jupiter, we could have, all this, or a change, a welcome change. You get a new job, you get a chance to relocate to somewhere. You get the change that you wanted. I'm still feeling, because it's still in a wide orb with this Uranus, that it's kind of unexpected too. But unexpected isn't always bad either. Unexpected is good sometimes. And I'll tell you another thing: Jupiter, Pluto, that's big money. Pluto's big money. You can get Jupiter involved, big money. That's big money changing hands, but in a good way. And when I used to run charts for gamblers, they want to know when you're going to win. This is a winning aspect. And then square Uranus. And if you did want to play with the Uranus being involved, what you would want to do is, like, say you wanted to play a Powerball or some big jackpot, whatever. I would get a quick pick or an auto pick. Let the computer, Uranus, pick your number for you. But, with Capricorn and Cancer, too, family birthdays would be great numbers to play. But anyways, I just feel like this is kind of a nice thing. It's Mars. Pluto has been agitated, and now it's like change can come about in maybe a more peaceful way, in a more Cancerian way, in a more, nurturing, like a kind parent or a grandparent that would kind of tell you, and teach you these lessons in a nice way, like Mr. Beaver or whatever. What's his name? Mr. Cleaver, the Beaver. Well, so this is how it goes, okay, Beav. It's kind of like that. We can learn the lesson that way, and in a nice, tidy, clean way too, like Leave It to Beaver era. So Lilith now. What I'm getting a lot of insight about Lilith of my own. I always get, okay, Lilith is a woman. It's the feminine, and I've never really had a grasp on it. See, I need something to happen in my brain where I really click onto it. And with this Jupiter Lilith, it's been a lot of racial things have been coming up. And again, like the Trayvon Martin case, and again, I'll say, does the punishment fit the crime? And because there was no punishment. So, but what I think about Lilith now, what I'm feeling, I think Lilith is for everyone it's for equality in general. It's not just women, although women, are a group that have been suppressed, but it's about racism, it's about the gay marriage things passed by the Supreme Court. It's about inequality. That's what Lilith is, because I listened back to the video I did last time, and I said, all Lilith ever wanted was equality. All she ever wanted was to be equal to Adam, and I think that is the key to Lilith. That is the key to Lilith. And it's inequality in all forms. That's what I feel, because if you look back at the story, that's what happened. She wanted to be equal with Adam, and he wanted her to be subservient. So it's like nobody should be subservient to another. I think that is really the true message of Lilith. And that's what, with the recent events that have been happening, and and when I looked back in history, it was Rosa Parks and everything too. So there it was again with racism, and then it came this time with Paula Deen and Trayvon Martin, and also that other case in Florida where the woman went out, African American woman, went out, fired a shot in the air to chase somebody away, and is doing like 10 or 20 years for this. And then, the guy shoots Trayvon Martin and gets nothing. Come on, does the punishment fit the crime? And again, it's an African American woman bringing in, there's an element of racism as well as sexism. So I'm feeling more and more that this is the real message, or a big part of the message of Lilith. It's not just because Jupiter's amplified this Lilith energy, and we've been, able to really get a feel of it or take a look at it, and that's what I'm kind of feeling about it. I'm getting some new ideas about this. Okay, so there's a lot more going on. The Cancer energy is intense. We've got still, even though it's the new moon in Leo, everything's still kind of hanging back here in Cancer. But and the Grand Trine in water is still happening here. We can review that real quickly. It's Neptune in the lower degrees with Jupiter, Saturn, and then we've got these 12s again with Chiron, the node, North Node, Mars, Pallas. This is interesting. Again, it kind of goes back to that theme of the Jupiter opposed Pluto. That just came to me because Pallas is so forward-thinking and enlightenment, and it's in here too with this. So it's charging up this this thing here, this opposition. So again with the enlightenment, but it's coming in with Mars. So I feel like it's like that dichotomy of the opposite of Mars. I'm going to be aggressive, and Pallas, no, I'm going to reason my way through problems. So I think when these two are going to get closer here, I feel like that's going to be more and more the theme, and more people are going to be, getting out of the anger, because that's what everything, it's anger and fear. That's where this, all of this, people that are, this is where it comes from, anger and fear, and all this wanting to suppress the other person, to put the other person, be above them. It's this anger and fear stuff. So the more enlightenment we can have about that, and through reason, and some of these people, they're just so angry, there's no reasoning with them. I don't even bother trying, because they've got all this stuff, ammunition. They've got verbal ammunition that they're ready to just throw at you and spew more and more hatred. So it's not even, I don't want to be in the line of fire of that. Basically, I just don't. And I can't take it. But that's besides the point. So the biggest thing is here, I think within everybody, the population in general, it's going to be more about relationships. The square really stands out to me. This new moon energy is kicking this off. The outer planets, Pluto and Jupiter, this is the bigger picture. This is the more long-term things that will be happening long-term that are going on. This sun and moon, this is everyday stuff. So everyday stuff, warts. Try to, maybe, armed with the information, armed with the knowledge that this is prevalent or happening, maybe you want to think twice before, you say something to mean to somebody that you like, you love, and you care about, and try not to hurt their feelings, or maybe try to be, count to 10. Count to 10 before you do anything. Okay, so still a lot of intense energy, still a lot of, this vertex is, I feel like it's like opening and closing. It's like these, it's opening and closing. It's locking into these points, and then it starts moving again. And it's like these circular, almost like, I don't know, like you see in space movies where this circular thing kind of, almost like how some crop circles look, and they're like, shaped like this. If you can see my cursor, there's little slanted triangle things that all form, or in nature you'll see it, like a flower that's not opened yet. That's what this feels like. This keeps spinning, and then it opens, and we get these flashes like the Star of David, and then it's like it's a cesspool or a tornado, or it's spinning, and it was spinning last time, So that's why my psychic thing. It's some intense, whirling, changing energy. Okay. All right, this is Vicki Verley, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. If you would like a personal reading and me to take a look at your chart, or a mandala made from your chart, you could take a look at The link's on my main page, and to get more information about that. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Thank you for donating. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. And I'll talk to you soon.